You may have heard of turducken, a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken. Yeah, it's a cute idea, but mathematically uninspiring. Much more interesting would be some sort of fractal fowl arrangement. Say the turkey were stuffed with 2 ducks, and say each duck were stuffed with 2 hens. You'd get a duckenen, or duckenen, I'm not sure yet. Then each hen could be stuffed with 2 quails or whatever, and by the time you get down to sparrows, you have a whole flock of them in there. That sounds fun and practical. Let's do it! But being an extremely practical person who realizes that exponential quails will not fit inside of 1 turkey, I am using tiny unborn quails, 8 of them, inside 4 hens, inside 2 ducks, inside 1 turkey. This structure is much more interesting because birds belong in trees. Binary trees, that is. Obviously, this is superior to the old linear bird stuffing paradigm, and while you're deboning 7 birds, you'll have lots of time to consider the question of binary bird stuffing nomenclature. How do you traverse this tree of syllables? Unless you can say lots of words at once, like Turduckenen, you'll have to say the syllables in a linear order. You could go layer by layer, biggest birds first, like Turduckenen, or you could go down through the layers like Turduckenale. The second one is certainly more complicated to say, but I like the way the structure of it suggests the structure of the whole. And say you made 2 of these and put them in a goose. In the first scheme, the new bird names get inserted into the name to get goo duck while for the second, you start with goose and then just repeat the old word twice to get goo turduckenale, duckenale. So it's nice that part of it stays the same. Of course, those aren't the only possible naming schemes. Maybe you go from left to right on the tree. So this would be quailing, quail, duck, quailin, quail, keep, quailin, quail, duck, quailin, quail. Ooh, abacaba pattern. Okay, so in 1807, a guy roasted a bustard, whatever that is, stuffed with a turkey, stuffed with a goose, stuffed with a pheasant, chicken, duck, guinea fowl, teal, woodcock, partridge, plover, lapwing, quail, thrush, lark, bunting, and warbler, to get a busty goosen ten duckney teal cockridger wingale lush arctingler. But say he had done this with the new exponential bird stuffing paradigm. I mean, you'd need over 100,000 birds to do it, but the world has a lot of birds in it, and if you can consistently say 4 syllables a second, you could say the name of it in only like 9 hours. It might seem like a lot, but it's really not compared to if you used, say, just twice as many kinds of birds. Then you'd need over 8.5 billion individual birds, and if you started naming it as soon as you learned to talk and take breaks to sleep at night, you'd still probably die before you finish. So I can't say I recommend it, but hey, maybe with advances in medicine it will become a more feasible goal. Anyway, there it is. 2 quail eggs in each hen, 2 hens in each duck, 2 ducks in this turkey if I can close it. Eventually I had to go for sewing up the turkey most of the way with 1 duckenale, and then stuffing the other duckenale in. Now you can arrange it nicely with the original legs and wings and stuffing to make it look perfectly natural. There. Anyway, once you've got that, you're pretty much good to go as far as Thanksgiving is concerned. You should already have your gelatinous cranberry cylinder, bread spheres with butter prism, mashed potatoes with organic hyperbolic plane, string bean vector field with Baromean onion rings on top, double helix cut ham, pie, tau, and so on. And now finally you've got your turduckenale, or quailing, quail, duck, quailing, quail, keep quailing, quail, duck, quailing, quail, or turduckenen, whatever. Each slice gives a different cross-section of this binary bird. Here you can see a quail egg wrapped in the light meat of the hen, wrapped in the darker meat of the duck, wrapped in the light meat of the turkey. Another cross-section shows 2 eggs. Now you can sit down, eat your mathematically inspired food, and be thankful that no matter how crazy people are, at least mathematics is always there for you, making sense and truth and beauty. And birds. Lots of birds.